to Libib's booktube channel. My name is Kaylin. It's really cruddy outside. I was hoping to have a little free library tour this week, but alas, there is not one because it is raining and storming like every single day this week since I got back from Vermont. So with that bummer of a news, I decided to talk about the end of the year with the end of the year book tag. Don't know who this is created by, but if I do, I'll leave it in the description box down below. But I thought I'd revisit this tag just because it's always fun to do tags every single year and kind of look back and see how things have changed and where I'm at and reading tastes and all that fun jazz. So question number one, are there any books I need to finish before the end of 2019? The only book is Magnus Chase, The Gods of Asgard, Sword of Summer, book 1, and this trilogy, and I'm 60% done with this book, but things have just been so hectic in real life, and I've either been eating, sleeping, working, and there's no time for reading. But I'm trying to make time for reading. I'm trying to make it a priority so that way I can get this book done. I have a whole spooky September TBR that is on my blog, so link in the description box down below if you want to go check that out. I just want to read like all these spooky books in the month of September and October, and I just can't finish this book, and I feel like I'll never get to the spooky books. But besides that, that's the only book that I have left to finish for this year, that I've started this year. Question number 2, do I have an autumnal book that transitions into the end of this year? And no, I honestly don't. I don't like to plan things, I don't like to have TBRs. I like to have a general gist of what I want to read and what I want to accomplish by the end of the year. Will that happen? Who knows? It's one thing to say one thing and it's another thing to do it. So we shall see when I get to the end of the year. Question number 3, are there any new releases you're still waiting for? Of course, I'm waiting for Ninth House, but Books and Lala just gave it like a 2.5 star rating, and that scares me because this was one of my most anticipated reads of this year, and it's just getting all sorts of mixed reviews I feel like I've seen lately, which I'm scared. I need to put on my seatbelt and hold on for a real tight ride. Another book that I did not mention in my most anticipated fall releases video, which I will also leave a link to that in the description box down below, The End and Other Beginnings, Stories from the Future by Veronica Roth, which I'm confused that I missed that release and I left it out of that video. It's science fiction, it's short stories, hopefully it will go by quick. I'm highly anticipating it. Veronica Roth, I can't be more excited. Next up, what are 3 books that I want to read by the end of the year? First one is Contagion by Erin Bowman, sci-fi horror. After receiving an urgent SOS from a work detail on a distant planet, a skeleton crew is dispatched to perform a standard search and rescue mission, but all they do is rotten food, discarded weapons, and dead bodies, and I'm so excited. The 2 books in this duology look killer and stellar next to each other, so I can't wait to get into this. Next up is a book that I've been meaning to read for like 1800 years that I put... Excuse you, sir, but I'm trying to film. Next up is The Unbecoming of Myra Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I've been dying to read this for years now. I made it on like my books that I need to get to this year list, like I need to get to. So I'm trying to get to this book this year. And last but not least, a wrap up of a duology, a middle grade duology, The Last Life of Prince Alistair by Alexandra Bracken, another one of my favorite authors. I really loved and enjoyed The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding and how the fall vibes and the fall feels were really there, and it was just the ultimate read at the time when I was reading it. I loved it, and so I can't wait to see how this story wraps up. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Of course, any book is like willing to do that. If you read the perfect book or any book, I guess, at the right time, at the right place, at the right moment in your life, it can absolutely change you. I think the last really big book to do that I've been thinking about more and more lately is The Merciless. How consumed and how I want more YA horror and gore and everything. Like, it changed literally a lot of things for me. So any book can change you, any book can shock you. I can't wait to see what that book may be. The last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2020? And not really, just there are anticipated reads that I want to get to, anticipated releases that are coming out. But there's nothing that I've set in stone in particular. There are so many things that I want to do with my life currently, which is just be more creative, do more creative things, get back into photography, get back into writing, get back into this, that, this. There are so many different directions where my life wants to go right now, and it's like, what do I pick? I have no idea. I need to make a plan. I suck at planning, but here I am. So I'm hoping there's a lot like that's gonna happen with reading in 2020 and I get more books read than I ever have before. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this week's bookish video. Let me know in the comment section down below what is a goal that you want to get to by the end of this year. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And that's gonna be it for this week's Thursday bookish video, and I will see you guys next week for a new bookish video.